Hello everybody, my name is Ganesh and I am here to explain about maintenance of an propeller of an XA-41 aircraft which is manufactured by the Xtreme. This aircraft has two types of maintenance check. First is scheduled maintenance check and second is unscheduled maintenance checks. Scheduled maintenance checks can be done after the first 25 hours and at the interval of 50 hours, 100 hours and 1000 hours. If there is damage occurs, repair or replace the part immediately. Unscheduled maintenance checks can be done after hard landing or violent stopping of the engine or propeller strike, or of engine fire, lightning strike, bird strike or head damage. Here I am going to explain about the maintenance of a propeller of aircraft which can be required at various points of maintenance checks. Now coming on to the propeller, the XA-41 aircraft have the MTV9VC/T20320D3 blade constant speed propeller. For the control, operation and maintenance of the propeller, there is MT propeller operation and installation manual 124 which is referred by me also give this presentation. Before starting with the maintenance, let's first look on to the basic construction and operation of the propeller. Now coming on to the construction, the propeller has a laminated wood structure with a layer of glass fiber and cold plastic. Some parts of the leading have a metal tips to prevent from the erosion. The paint is applied to the propeller as a protection from the environment. Now coming on to the operation of a propeller, the governor controls the pitch change, thus the selected rotational speed of the engine stays constant during the change of airspeed or power. The governor must allow a constant speed. On takeoff, static RPM should be approximately 50 to 100 RPM, lower than the max RPM, and the propeller must limit this RPM. If the governor limits this RPM, it must be readjusted. During the takeoff run, the RPM must increase with airspeed and the governor must limit the max RPM. The RPM can be changed at all power and RPM setting must be held constant automatically within the entire flight envelope. Mechanical stops are available for a low and high pitch. When the oil pressure of a governor decreases, the propeller will automatically change to the high pitch. If the oil pressure is lost and high speed are used, overspeed is possible and throttle must be retarded immediately to correct the situation. High pitch is set to such value that in case of oil return line is blocked or propeller with a counterweight installed if the oil pressure fails, it should be possible continue with the flight with a reduced power. Go around would be from limited to impossible. Now let's start with the maintenance of a propeller. There is no special schedule is made for the maintenance of a propeller, although the propeller maintenance can be done after a usual inspection. Let's first start with maintenance of the surface of the propeller. For a repair of minor damage in the blade surface and edges, automotive materials such as PU or acrylic paint and epoxy resin can be used. The blade can be cleaned with normal car cleaners and polish. It is important to avoid the moisture penetrating into the wooden core. If necessary, please consult with an aircraft inspector or final decision concerning repair. If the repair is made locally, please observe the curing time of a resin and paint system. For the hub, there is no frequent maintenance work is required on the hub because all the moving parts are inside the hub and are not exposed to the environment. The blade bearing and the pitch change mechanism are filled with special lubricants and there is no need to refill in between core holes. A corrosion protection of the hub with thinned engine oil or anti-corrosion spray is recommended. For a spinner, a repair of a spinner part is not permissible. Cracked spinner drums or filler plates and black plates are to be replaced by the airworthy parts. For the tip and edge, broken tips and damaged plates can be repaired by the manufacturer if minimum of 80% of blade remains without cracks. Damage of the trailing edge can be repaired because the epoxy cover can be replaced and a new erosion sheets can be installed. Plates can be replaced individual or a set. with a serial number. In case of ground strike, the hub is still airworthy if the crack and dimensional inspection do not show any sign of damage. In case of doubt, send the affected hub as well as the broken blade to the manufacturer for the evaluation. For a dynamic balance, let's first look onto the overview of the dynamic balance. For a dynamic balance is accomplished by the accurate means of measuring amount of load and location of the dynamic imbalance. After such undertake, the remaining imbalance should be below 0 to 2 IPS. Follow the instruction from the equipment manufacturer for dynamic balance. If the dynamic imbalance is bigger than 1 to 2 IPS, propeller must be removed and statically rebalanced. Now let's see the inspection procedure prior to the balancing. We usually inspect the propeller assembly after it has been reinstalled on the aircraft prior to the dynamic balancing. Prior to the dynamic balancing, record the number and location of the balance weight from the static balance. It is recommended that placement of a balance weight on aluminum spinner bulkhead which have not been previously drilled be placed in a radial location. The radial location should be outward of the slip ring and inward of the bend, at which the point bulkhead create a flange to attach the spinner dome. Drilling for use with the AN3 type of bolts with the self-locking nut is acceptable. Note the Chadwick Helmut Manual AW9511-2, the smoother propeller, specifies the several generic bulkhead rework procedure. All holes or ballast weight location must be taken into consideration and must avoid any possibility of interfacing with adjacent airframe, de-ice and engine components. In case no spinner is installed, mount the imbalance weight in the mounting thread in the hub where normally the spinner bulkhead is mounted. Now let's start with the placement of a balance weight for a dynamic balance. The method of attachment of dynamic balance weight is to add the weight to the rear spinner bulkhead. The figure shows the rear spinner bulkhead. Here we can see the holes for the static balancing in the green color. In the blue color we can see that the rivet nuts for a dynamic balancing. For a reciprocating engine, the static balance weights are installed on the spinner front plate. Continuing with the placement of balance weights for a dynamic balance. Subsequent removal of a dynamic weight, if they exist, will return the propeller to the original static balance condition. Static balance weights are only allowed to remove exceptionally. Use only stainless or plated steel washer as a dynamic balance weight on the spinner bulkhead. Do not exceed the maximum weight per location of 50 grams. This is approximately equal to the 8 pieces of AN970 style washers. More weight is needed split into 2 locations. Weight are to be installed using aircraft quality 10 to 32-inch screw or a similar screw. Balance weight screw attached to the spinner bulkhead must be produced through a self-locking nut with a minimum 1 thread or maximum 4 threads. Or propeller which have been dynamically balanced must install a decal on a blade 1. This will alert the station personnel that the existing balance weight configuration may not be correct for static balance. Record the number and location of the dynamic balance weight and a static balance weight if they have been reconfigured in the propeller logbook. Now let's see the special tools required for the maintenance of a propeller. The T3722 tool is required for AA flange. The T6095 tool is required for N flange of MT271CFJ. Other than this, other general tools like spanners and clamps can be required for the maintenance. This is the propeller drawing of an MTV9BC 3-blade propeller. Thank you.